Welcome back to our channel, where we decode complex legal topics. I'm Hieu, and in today's episode, we're delving into the intricacies of expunged records and the impact on background checks. Understanding this is crucial for anyone who's gone through the expungement process or is considering it. The first thing we want to know is what happens to your record after expungement. What happens is that the expungement process involves reopening a case, changing your guilty plea from a guilty to not guilty, and then dismissing your case. However, these records are still around. They still show up on various types of background checks. Some of these background checks can be the type that's run by the government. For example, if you applied for a law enforcement job, they will see these. However, they cannot use it against you. It's against the law, but they can see it. Other government background checks can also see it. Let's say, for instance, if you run a rap sheet. However, for general purposes and employment purposes, they cannot use it against you. But they can use it against you if you do not disclose. That's something to think about. And that leads us to our next type of question, is the types of background checks that's being run against you. There's different types of background checks. Let's say, for instance, if you apply for a job at a company at UPS or at McDonald's, if you run a background check with them and you have an expungement, they cannot see it. And if they do see it, there are laws against them using it against you. So what they do to protect liability is that they run a third-party background check company. And the third-party background check company it is their duty to make sure that they do not report any type of information that they inadvertently collect that may include an expunged conviction. That's the first type of background check. The second type of background check is the one that I mentioned a while ago. This one involves the criminal background check, or the type that law enforcement has. Let's say, for instance, if you get pulled over, they do have access to your entire record. The third thing to think about kind of touches on what we talked about already. There are limits to what employers can use for the purpose of making decisions on whether or not they hire you or not. The biggest one is going to be whether or not there's a conviction or not. They can only use it. By it, I mean convictions. If they inadvertently run into anything else, arrest records, they cannot use it. If they inadvertently run into a conviction that's been reopened and dismissed, otherwise what we call expunged conviction, then they cannot use it. There are laws that protect you from employers using expunged convictions. There are laws out there that subjects them to legal penalties if they violate this. These laws are respected and serious. You do have protections, but the most important thing is to remember that you do have an advantage when you get an expungement. The only people that has access to your criminal record and the full criminal record will be the government. However, you also have to understand who has access to your complete criminal records, and that's only them. They do use it for law enforcement and licensing purposes. However, even for licensing purposes, they cannot use it against you. But the most important thing to remember is to disclose. And when I say disclose, that means avoid shooting yourself in the foot. A lot of common errors I see is people who have an expunged record but fail to disclose it. They say they have no convictions. This can often get in the way and delay licensing. It's very important that you consult with an expungement attorney to help you navigate these legal complexities even after you clear your conviction. Having an attorney while you clear your conviction also helps you see the potential pitfalls that happens. The bottom line is that expungement can be a powerful tool for a fresh start, but it's essential to understand its limitations and navigate them wisely. Remember, the right legal guidance can make all the difference in fully utilizing the benefits of expungement. If you have questions, use the comment section below, or you can reach out to us at our phone number or use the make an appointment button. Thank you for watching.